talking about that.
Oh, we're recording. Oh, it's on. There we go. My thing lagged. What's up, guys? This is Talk About That. It's our weekly podcast. And we got a couple guys, one girl. That sounds weird. We got a group of people. We got Ray, Renegade Inc. We got Tyler, Sluts and AKs. And we got Nat from 3 Eyed Art Collective. And you got me and my ugly mug. I feel weird without my paintings here. I took them to the shop finally, and I'm looking and my back looks weird. Anyways, so with today we've got we will have a guest with us. I'm gonna have Ray introduce him when he comes on. He's finishing up with a client. But outside of that, we're talking about kind of our different styles and how we all kind of work together off of it, because we are all just a little bit different, but still so much alike. So with that, I want to ask Ray, because Ray did a really cool tattoo a few weeks ago that I thought was dope, where it was thin line, he added kind of some anime feel to it. And
yes, the Gojo
yes,
one.
that one was dope. And not that specific piece, but like when you're putting stuff together like that and mixing kind of that style, what's your like inspiration or process?
All right.
In
Whatever character I'm doing, I'm watching the show immediately.
okay, yeah,
Just because I have to I'm watching it just to memorize the facial expressions, so I can draw it on later. It's more like a photorealism type of thing. You know what I mean? Like where, like the picture will get stuck in your head, and then you just follow the lines and then draw it in a piece of paper, kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
So it's kind of cheating, you know what I mean? Because like my head can do that, but like, so what? Get your head together.
Right.
It's not my crash ass brain. Like, but yeah, no, I watch the show. I usually go about the client's vibe. You know, if they gave me they like the uppity side of the character, then I'm drawing the uppity side. If they give me they like the hardcore, craziness of him, then I'm gonna give him that, because that's what they want. You know, I'll figure it out by just you can get those questions by just asking people. Like, and then usually it goes without saying, you put the character's name on there and then creates a fucking tattoo out of nowhere.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, that's dope to know, and that's actually kind of what I was looking for. Is not just like taking their idea or their picture and just saying, okay, I'm gonna put it right here. You know, you take that extra step and you'll watch the show. So you can familiarize yourself with the character and what's going on, and that's really cool to add that.
Sometimes I watch it 15, 16 times. But it just, I can't draw it without watching them. It just doesn't work. Like, I have to watch them.
Yeah, well, it's like muscle memory, but with your brain. So you're replaying what you're gonna do next, and then you draw it out, and then you're familiar with everything. So if the stencil will look a little weird or smudged weird, in your mind right away, okay, that's a smudge. That's not a part that needs to go there. You're set on it.
Yeah.
And that's dope. I like that, because I was I had a client come to me, and I have a few clients do this that'll say do what you want, do what you want to do, and I for some reason this last time just got stuck. I was like, I don't know what to do. Like, I had such writer's block.
Yeah, I've been there.
Just couldn't, and then I had to sit back and go like, I really need a little bit of a nudge, a direction, because just to say do anything is like, okay, anything.
it's because we're so used to not hearing it that when we hear it, we're like, oh, it's that time now, and then I can't. I, I've been talking about it for so long, and now I don't have shit to do. Like when that
Right.
lady came with the knuckles, and that I sent you the picture of. She was like,
Yeah,
do whatever
those
you
are
want,
dope.
and I was like, I've been wanting to do this. Let me do this. Let me try to
Yeah.
do this.
Yep. See, and there's
And
been situations where I've been ready to go like that, like, oh man, I know exactly what could do it. But this last time I was just so writer's block and stuck. I couldn't think of the next one.
yeah,
So, yeah, that's a good one. With
I'm just
what
gonna
was
go
I gonna
back
say?
here.
Oh no, you're good. You're good. Here, when he pops up, I'll let you know. But
Ugh.
I know Nat's a little bit busy, but I want to ask her a question before she gets out in a way. Only because me and Nat have been prepping for Fashion Week, and yesterday she came by the house. I had to sell some stuff for her, and I thought it was some really cool stuff. So I can't wait for you guys to see it when we post it. We're not going to drop that yet, but
Really forgot to put it all behind me too.
oh, that's okay. But we made some cool stuff. Or she came up with the idea. All I did was sewed it together for her. But to transition from tattoos, what's oh Jesus.
God?
Somebody opening the door.
Oh.
I was like, okay,
Like, is your smoke alarm running out of batteries? Come on.
right. It just gives you one right. Just gets one chirp. You can get out or not.
Yeah.
But what's been like your process or what's been helping you kind of come up with some of this different clothing stuff?
Oh God, it has been so all over the place because, like we were talking about yesterday, with doing Fashion Week. Of course, every day has its own like theme, and I think a lot of it I was trying to stick with one of the themes that we're doing. Like there's Sustainable Day, there's Streetwear Day, the Black Sea Day. I still don't know what that is. If anyone does, please let me know. Please tell me what that means because I have no idea.
Black Ox.
And so trying to stick along with those things, and then they just kind of like spiraled. It just kind of blossomed. Like I had these ideas of things I've done before that would work really well for a certain day, and then I was like, oh, and then I can do this, and I can add that, and I can do all this crazy stuff for it. I don't think there was any like set inspiration. It was just kind of my first time playing with. I would go to the fabric store, fuck with fabrics, and thrift store, and be like, what can I do with this, and kind of an all-around montage of weird shit. There's
Nice.
one day I went through my iPad and I was going through all of our old designs, things that either never came to life, things that we may have done a couple of, and I was like, yeah, we can bring this back. We can see what happens with it. Yeah.
It's awesome.
There's really no rhyme or reason to why I made what I made or how I made it. I personally like to bring an alternative twist to a lot of modern street and tech wear. I think it makes it more digestible as a handmade piece of clothing for both groups of types of people.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of like what I like to personally wear, other than my t-shirt and my jeans. Like if I'm wearing something different, it's usually some kind of mix of two fashions.
Right, yeah. And that's been good. Yeah, I caught him. I didn't want to cut her off. We got Ray's buddy. He just was able to join us, so we're gonna get him on. And there he is. What's up, brother? Real quick for me,
Ray
do you mind tilting your phone?
Tilt your phone.
No, go take it long ways aside. There you go.
Ray, Sarah,
What?
you forgot the Oreos.
Ah.
And
we forgot everything.
We forgot it all. We're not good. Ray, would you like to introduce your buddy?
Wait, Gap, say something real quick.
Can you hear me?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So this is Gap the Piercer. He goes by Gap the Piercer in Instagram and Facebook, right?
Piercings by Gap.
Piercings by Gap on Instagram. and Facebook. And he works at 717 Tattoos with myself. He's our piercer.
Oh yeah. What's up, brother? Nice to meet you.
What's up?
So
What's
we're
up?
just here talking crap, and we were talking about kind of our styles, kind of just how we create. Where do we get our ideas to create? Not just tattoos or piercings, but just art in general. Me and Natalie here are wherever the screens are. We are preparing for Fashion Week here in a couple of weeks, so we were going on about kind of how we prepared with that, and then we had asked Ray how he prepares for tattoos. Can you kind of give us a cool rundown on like your idea of like what you do to get prepared for art, or kind of basically actually what do you do for art outside of piercing? Is piercing your only art form? Is there more to you?
No.
Let's start with
No.
that.
I'm a master. Yeah, jack of all trades, master of none. I ADHD got me hold on hard. I do all kinds of stuff. But like recently, I've been doing like upcycling of like dictionary pages. I'll do like drawings of
That's cool.
That's dope.
like different stuff.
That's too cool.
So I'll do stuff like that. It's a little extra money coming in the side, you know what I mean? But I just like to upcycle and like reuse stuff.
Ah,
So they're all on dictionary pages.
that is too cool. So how do you prepare, or how do you gather kind of the stuff to do that? What made you think of it?
Just the fact that like you can make something nice out of something cheap and still sell it for cheap. So I'm a big fan of art. With art, what's this?
I was wondering why he just disappeared in his window.
Tube here. Like I was a big fan of art, and art is so expensive. Like it is. It's expensive.
Yeah.
People sell stuff for, like crazy amounts of money. I see it. I'm like, man, that's dope. I really like to have something like that. And I look at the price tag. I'm like, bro, that's like way out of my price range. So I try to do something like people that like art and like off the wall stuff, but yet can get it for a cheap price. Like I keep all my stuff roughly between like $15 and $20 a picture.
Nice.
Like I try to keep it cheap where people can get art and be like, cool, that's something that somebody made, and I didn't have to, drop out my whole bank account on it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But prepping for it's just what's hot. Like, people like medication. People like mushrooms. People like anime. People like TV series. So it's a matter of like seeing what the hot thing is.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's cool though. Is that the only thing that you got going with art right now?
No. Show him.
Where is it? Over there. So I go to like festivals and stuff. And a big thing is like fire spinning and flow spinning, things like that. So I try to get into making stuff like this, like a dragon staff.
Oh, whoa.
So put those together, and it doesn't show up in here, like with the lighting, but like wrapped it in, it's not going to show. But this is like reflective rainbow print up and down the thing, so it shines in like the sun.
That's cool.
That's what I said. ADHD is horrible. Like you're a hobbyist nonstop.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, that's how I am.
Yep, I figured that out. What's next?
Yeah, pretty much. That's awesome. So what got you with the festival stuff? That's really cool.
So I was going to them for a while, and just recently we figured out that we weren't allowed to spin fire, but we've been going for a couple years. So now we're going to talk about going like LED and stuff like that. So I got a bunch of stuff that I got in the works to try to put like LEDs inside of. These are the spokes. Put LEDs inside the spokes, so when you spin it, you'll see different patterns.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's awesome. See, and that's the beauty of art is it is just everywhere. You know, anything can be cool. Because I didn't even think of that. You know, that's such a cool idea going from fire to LEDs. I mean, that opens the door to so many cool new
Yep.
things that you can do. That's awesome.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man.
That's awesome. And then
I'm gonna
and you
get
What was
Ray
that?
Portland.
yeah, there you go.
Soon.
You get right out
No,
so
you're
that.
I'm gonna start
That's
painting. I'm gonna start painting in here. I'm not gonna start rolling.
yeah.
Don't sing it, bring it.
I am. We gotta go by Friday.
All right.
Yeah, you got to get painting. I got to get painting too. I got a big old canvas here just sitting.
Oh, special guest Riley.
He goes from my screen.
yeah. That's awesome.
I'm waiting for him to go across somebody else's screen on here.
Right? Just come in one of the rooms and walk out. That's awesome.
So what?
Yeah,
What do you specialize in, like tattoo wise? Like, are you guys? You're all tattoo artists. So like, what's your big specialty?
Well, actually, so I'm the only tattoo artist outside of Ray in the little group. Natalie does piercings, and Tyler is just a really dope guy who has a lot of tattoos.
Tyler works for Baboni.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let him
Yeah.
front on Tyler.
Yeah, he hangs out with Bad Bunny's horse.
All right.
Tyler
Word.
also makes really cool clothes and pins.
Yes.
Yes.
But the Baboni part.
He's actually not really a cool person. He just makes cool stuff. Just so everyone knows.
Fair enough.
His son's
Tyler-
pretty cool.
His son
Tyler's
is very cool.
big in the Spanish community.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, he knows more Spanish than I do. I don't know a lot.
So if you, what's your somebody walks in and is like, I want your art. What are you drawing?
A
It's
rose.
always got to be a rose. I got the rose. It's always got to be realism. Something either realism or letters. Like I like to do crazy gothic kind of letters. So it's always like a mixture of either realism or gothic letters.
I'm not going to be able to get my foot on screen. I was going to try.
No. But I really love doing portraits. Hi. Bye.
He doesn't look like one of the side characters for Baywatch or something.
You're just walking and walking out. I love it. But I'm a pretty well-rounded artist. You know, I can do color. I can do bold lines, thin lines, really whatever the client wants. But like I said, if I had to choose, gothic kind of letters and realism.
Word.
Yeah.
Ray loves fine line. I know that.
Yeah. He likes the fine line.
Fine line and lions.
No,
Lions.
dude, we were just talking about this shit because I was like, I want to do a fucking lion. And then 30 minutes later, be careful what you ask for because this lady walks in and asks me for a lion. But she's been, she has texted me about like 6 different fucking tattoo pictures. And I'm like, can I just draw it? Let me just fucking do me and do what I want, what I'm picturing right now. And then don't keep sending me price tattoos because it's gonna start changing the price. Like I already gave you a price. If you send me another tattoo picture, I'm gonna change the price to a whole completely different number that you're not gonna like. And she was like, "Oh no, I understand." She hasn't sent me no more pictures, but she sent me another picture for her husband. I was like, oh, "Okay, cool. I'll price that real quick." Like,
yeah. Once they start throwing too much into that pot, it starts to mess with things.
oh yeah,
Just let the artists do their thing. That's why you went to them, you know?
Or we get those calls where people's like, "Do you guys have time for a small tattoo?" I'm like, "All right, what are you looking to get done?" She's like, "I want some lettering." All right, what do you want lettering? I want a name, okay? With a rose and some clouds and first date, and I'm like, you said small. Like,
Yeah.
you got a whole bicep piece going on now.
Yeah.
Who could fit that shit all in an hour?
Yeah, I got an hour.
I was like, we'll make it work.
I do it, dude. I fit like that big ass piece that you like with the mountain and everything.
Yeah.
It's like 3 hours, dude. That
Dang.
wasn't that long. It's just like it didn't take that long. That's
Yeah.
the thing. The part that took the longest was actually the mountains and stuff like that to get all that detail in there. But once you get through that, it just goes like super easy. Like the rest is just lines.
Oh yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
right?
What was that?
Is it Natalie
Oh.
or Nat?
Natalie.
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 Hi.
What's your
There she is.
What's your favorite piercing? What's your worst piercing that you hate?
My favorite piercing is the daith, and my least favorite is the septum, for the exact same reason. I love doing daith piercings because they're super hard, and I hate doing septums because they're super hard.
Okay.
To me.
Same
What
question.
about you?
Yeah.
I love doing ear project stuff. Somebody comes in with like a virgin ear, and they're like, "I want to do something." I love to combine like 2 piercings or 3 piercings into one.
Hell yeah.
Like, give me your ear. I want to make it look pretty with something unique.
Yeah.
Least, I'd probably have to say septum too. I fucking hate septums.
I fucking hate them so much.
They can
And, like,
be that far off, and it's like that far off.
Fucks everything up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, immediately you're like, well, that's fucked.
And there's honestly not even really another piercing I hate doing. I love doing tongues. I love doing lips. Bridges are super fun. It's just that I just haven't perfected it yet, so it still is just such a 8 out of 10 times it comes out good. But I'm not going to forget those 2 times for the next 9 months. So
They're not going to forget it either.
yeah.
I got almost 30 years in doing this, and the same thing. Fuck them septums, man. I hate them.
Fucking septums. So when you do,
Fuck septums.
bye, Sarah. When you start to do an ear curation, what do you start with?
What do you mean? Like
So
Dory?
when someone comes in with that completely clean ear and they're like, I want you to do, if you want to make it look pretty, is there anything specific that always jumps out to you? Because for me, I always like to check on certain anatomies, and of course I love filling up, with the daith being my favorite, I love filling up the bowl of that ear. So if I can't do a daith, or I don't think it's going to flow well, I like to look for their anatomy if I can do multiple conches, or if I can do kind of an outer a snonch. I heard someone call it. It's just like this upper part of the conch right below the flat area. And so I like to start with, what is their anatomy going to let me do in such a small space?
My first thing I look for is stuff that's not going to put any pressure on any tissue. That's going to make a nice double piercing. So like,
Okay.
you have a perfect angle from like your forward helix to like your rook. I'm nailing it. Like if I see that, like that's it.
Actual orbitals and stuff like that.
Yeah, if I see like, oh, this one's gonna work good with like a daith and a conch, and I can put through in one L bend piece. So I'll work them in there and like, what's gonna fit without putting pressure on any tissue.
Heck yeah! How can you connect all of these without distorting anything?
Yes,
that's super.
Give me all your parts.
Give me everything.
All your parts. I'll connect them.
Do you find yourself like, if there's a chance that it may not heal correctly, so you'll do like the piercings separate and you'll heal them separately with 2 different pieces of jewelry, and then once they're healed, you put them together?
Not usually, because of the simple fact, if they're like laying on it and it twists that jewelry just a hair, now that angle is going to be off. So I won't do 2 pieces.
Gotcha. They have to fit together from the start.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love that Ray's screen still blacked out the fridge, but like he was still like it still blurred everything out, but you were still there.
What are you getting out of my fridge?
What are you stealing?
Yeah, what are you stealing out of my fridge?
Ginger ale.
Are there any other projects? Like, I also really like to do nostril projects. I hate getting my nostril pierced. It's my least favorite piercing that I've ever gotten done. I think that shit hurts so bad. Everyone calls me a pussy. That's fine. I am one. But I love to do, like, if I can connect some high nostrils or even like mantis piercings. Those have been my favorites recently.
So it's funny you say that about your nostril. Like, I've pierced myself multiple times. My biggest session was 5 below the waist on myself in one session. And I went to do my nostril and I couldn't push the needle through. I was so terrified. I have no idea why, but I had the receiving tube in there and I'm like, all right, all I got to do is just push it right through. And I just couldn't bring myself to do it.
Can't do
Like,
it.
my eyes watering right now just thinking about it.
Yep.
I have like PTSD about my nostril for some reason.
This shit hurts, man. Just start
I've
crying.
never had it done.
You've never had your
Yeah.
nostril done before?
Nope.
Oh,
Nope.
it's fun. It's a great time.
Yeah, I just
You have to come down here and Matt, you got to do it to him.
I gotta pierce his nostril.
Yeah, that should be
Ugh.
fun.
Okay. They're easy to do. They're super easy. I love doing them. That's the bread and butter. But
right now,
no.
piercing, like 0 piercing. I became a firefighter and ended up taking everything out.
Oh, that's cool.
I found out real fast that it got hot in fires.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even think about that.
It's real hot.
Well, Gap, something I got to tell you, or not Gap, Straw. Something I got to tell you is our friend Gap here takes off tattoos.
Oh, gee.
He's a remover.
Yes, sir.
Like laser removal, or
Yeah.
like skin grafting, cutting them suckers off?
For cheese
We were
grating.
going tattoo away for a while, which is where you pretty much use a rotary machine and you tattoo a solution that constantly feeds through like an IV system.
Yeah,
So
I've
it's
seen
constantly
that.
Yeah, we were doing that. We were one of the first people in this area to do that. And it just got to the point where it just wasn't price effective for us. Like the prices went up on the package we needed to use, and it's got to the point where like we were doing it for the cost of the packet itself. So we ended up just kind of leaving that behind. But we do laser removal now, and it's busy.
Yeah, oh, I bet. Yeah, laser removal is the best way to go. I know there was a guy out here about 6 years ago, something like that, that was doing that kind of IV drip stuff. But there was a few guys that I heard that were just using straight witch hazel
Oh.
and just a dry needle. Yeah,
Ow.
just witch hazel and just running it over, and then just it was working. I mean, the guys had results, but I just think it's more barbaric.
Yeah.
And definitely a lot more trauma to the skin. But that's cool. How long have you guys been doing the laser removal for?
2015.
Oh, nice.
I think 2015 or 2017, somewhere around there.
Nice. What kind of machine do you guys have? You guys have like
we have the Cynosure Revlite SI, which is just a Q-switch YAG laser.
oh, nice. Nice.
The sounds is just
So in our shop, we have like, it's probably about that far. So about 4 inches, 5 inches gap around some of the wall ceiling areas.
Yeah.
And it's actually right here beside this wall. And Ray works right here in this station beside me here. So when you're in the station and you hear the snapping and then you hear people like, oh my God, it hurts so bad. Can you go slower? You're like, and you don't know what's going on. You're like, what the fuck is going on in there?
it's so much worse when they're not saying nothing. They're
It's
just
just
like that's all they're doing the whole time.
I did it one time just playing around because I'd worked for a shop for a little bit that had gotten a laser remover and was supposed to get like certified and all that, but never did. We kind of just played with it really, and so we had done it a few times, and I'm cool. I don't want nothing really removed. I'd rather re-get tattooed again or just keep it, you know?
Yeah. I've done 3 sessions here. I've done 4 sessions here, 4 sessions here.
Ooh.
2 sessions on my left calf, 3 sessions on my right calf, and I did my neck once, and
Ooh.
fucking sucks.
Likes pain.
Yeah, they're just no fun. They're no fun. I mean, I love them. I think it's the best way to do it. You know, if you're gonna get something removed, go with the laser. Get your time going. But gosh darn it, it is not for me personally.
I feel it.
One of the things that right off the bat, I'm like, it does not feel good.
Ah. Ugh.
And they're like,
But
what's the feel? Like hot rubber band, like a hot greasy rubber band.
yeah,
Easiest way to
Just-
describe it.
just over and over again. See, and my biggest thing is like, not to like scare people away of getting it done. Like, if I were to get something removed, it's the painful spots, like my throat, which I've gotten cleaned up since. But before I got it cleaned up, the only option was laser, and I'm fine.
Yeah.
You know, my hand, I just blacked out my hand. I still have no idea what I'm gonna do with that, but right now I don't feel like lasering it. I've seen too many hand lasers where just it balls up and.
Yeah, one big fat blister on your hand.
Oh, especially with this solid black. Like if it was like that wouldn't be that bad. I could handle. I mean, I don't want to remove it, but if it was that, I'd be fine. But all of this is just gonna.
That's my next next thing I'm doing. This whole freaking tribal scene
Dang.
crap.
Woo. Yeah, that's gonna be fun. What's your plan for it after? Are you just taking it off? Are you wanting to put something over it?
Something over it. I just don't know what yet. Like I have basically this side of my body is color tattoos, and this side of my body is black and white tattoos, black and grays.
Yeah.
So I like to do on this side probably like some kind of trash polka, or on my color side do trash polka. I'm not sure yet. Depends on how many colors I want to put in it, but I just really like trash polka ever since it came out.
Yeah.
Like words that mean things.
Yeah. Yeah, that's dope. Well, I love the trash poke, especially with the mixture of the reds and the blacks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like it just has a cool freaking structure to it. And I just love messy art.
Yeah. The paint splats, the brush marks, I love it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It looks well, and some of these guys make them look like they came out of like newspaper clippings. Like they just look so cool the way they're laid out.
Yep.
Definitely really cool style. But that's cool though. That's awesome. That's gonna be cool to see it all come off and then something else go back over it. Like I love watching a lot of these guys that do that. Like when they laser it off and they add to it. Or even some of these freaking crazy guys that are tattooing solid black or color over solid black.
Mm-hmm.
Which
yeah, the biggest guy I'm saying is that Remy. There's a Remy guy. It's on like TikTok. You know, his shit is incredible.
Yeah, stuff is
like the red over the black, just so deep. Yeah,
yeah,
dude. We just saw some work that came into the shop from the I don't know. They're Polish. They're twins.
Oh, the Petunia twins?
No, the other ones. But they're do like
or something, aren't they?
Are they from California? They do like they draw shit on the machetes and then the chainsaws. Do you know who I'm talking about?
Maybe.
But they came in here, dude, and not them, but this guy came in here and he got some work done by them, and that shit was beautiful. Like,
yeah,
I seen some nice. You seen it, Gap, and
I've
seen some nice.
Nailed them.
Dang.
Yeah, they were crazy.
Yes, that's stuff. I love seeing well executed tattoos. You know, it's because when you see them on Instagram and when you see the pictures of them, they look dope. They're cool. Mm-hmm. But once you see them in person, it's like a whole different feel to it. You know, you can really look closer at it. You can really see how it lays in the skin. Because the camera can play tricks, you know?
Yeah.
It can make tattoos look really good, or it can mess them up a little bit, you know? And
you can't when you see it live.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So That's awesome though. Shoot.
I think mine's look a lot better in person than in the pictures. I don't do justice with my pictures. Like I've been getting slowly better with it, but I'm not doing any type of justice to my tattoos.
Dude, I haven't posted a picture or took a picture of a piercing in forever. How many nostrils can I post?
Right.
I really only like to take like Instagram candy photos. Like if it's
Yeah.
something flashy that's gonna catch attention, I'll take a photo of it. But
Oh,
I'm not posting everything
like-
anymore.
I'm like, oh, a helix. Yay. A nostril.
Another one.
Another nostril. Yay. Like, come on.
You're gonna be like, oh, did 16 fucking helixes, 14 fucking nostrils today, and
That's just so sad.
Yeah, fuck that.
that's all we get called for, dude. Is not like I just want to see if someone's there to do a nose piercing, and I'm like, no, he's not here. Like,
There have been.
Don't
No, not here. I'm not here. I've worked at a shop where they had like not even an apprentice, but just someone who that's all they did was base ears and nostrils. Like that's what they did. There was nothing more to their job, and
Well, if I
that
did
made
that-
my life.
you need an apprentice.
Nah, I'm good, bro. You make more money than like, it's all nostrils, dude. All week nostrils.
All right.
No,
I mean,
I'm
sometimes
not.
nostrils pay the rent, so like,
They do.
gotta do it.
I can pierce a nostril
I'm
in
not
about
doing
5
any
seconds.
piercing.
Oh yeah.
Ray will tell you that. I got him in.
It's
That's
usually crazy because he tries to bullshit a little bit before he goes back there because he just does it so fucking fast. It just feels like they just walked in. So he's just like he'll sit down, watch TV for a little bit. He's like, all right, let me go to the back, clean my hands, and then he'll come out of nowhere, be like, come on.
He's
And then
been
he's just like, all right.
Then actually get pierced.
I think he takes longer explaining the paperwork rather than doing the piercing.
Yeah. So I have a crazy question for you. What is your most amount of piercings in one day?
55.
Jesus Christ.
55. Jesus.
When did you start and when did you stop?
Noon to 9.
Damn.
Damn.
Dang it.
What all? I mean, out of that many piercings, what'd you do the most of? I assume nostrils, but
Nostril. Yep. Nostril.
any exotics tossed in there, or just
Every so often we would do like when we do it, we used to do a special. We did a July 17th, which is 7/17 or 7/17. So we would do on that day, we would do a big bash for people. So I would do all piercings for $25, and that's when I did them, and it counted anything from the waist up.
damn.
That's dope.
Fuck yeah.
That's a busy day. I went home and went right to fucking bed.
No, I bet. Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm at 33. I think it was from 11 to 8. 11 a.m.
Is that a
to 8 p.m.
convention?
No. That was out in Fallen Heroes, Florida.
What was happening? I think that was just a normal day, wasn't it?
Yeah, so it was like
Just
at
an odd.
that's when we went out for the cheer competitions.
Yeah, which is going on right now.
It is going on right now.
That's-
Yeah, they had cheer competitions out there, and that marked the end of their season. So to mark the end of their season, all these girls wanted to get. I probably did at least half of those were navels.
They got the,
Shit.
they got the healing time ready.
The what?
They got the healing time ready. They're done with that season. That's a heal time.
Yeah.
for them.
Oh yeah, and they can't wear them while they're doing competitions and games and stuff. So they're like, "Oh, we don't have to do it anymore. We're getting everything done." I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And it was really weird. Like, I don't know. I love stereotypes. That all these cheerleaders, and they were out there for competitions. These people were from all over the world for this one competition, and like all of these cheerleaders were so sweet. They were the sweetest little children I've ever met in my entire life. Cheer moms
Fuck
Cheer
them.
moms are bitches. Oh my god. I had to kick one out because she kept calling her daughter fat and her daughter weighed like 90 pounds.
It was rude.
It was horrible. And I was
Right.
like, get out. I'm not doing this. You're not allowed in my room. And she's like, but I'm the mom. And I was like, well, I'm the piercer and this is my space. Like, you're fucking with my space.
How old was the daughter?
Oh god, like 15, 16?
Oh fuck no.
Yeah.
Yeah. Their moms are wild.
Your moms are fucking horrible.
Good way to give them an eating disorder right off the bat. Like, horrible.
Right?
Yeah.
I didn't even know how to talk to the daughter after. I was 20
Wait,
at the
what-
time. I'm like,
was the
I
mom-
don't know how to therapy this.
Was the mom fat?
The mom was fat, actually.
Oh fuck.
Oh, just called her out.
Fucking stereotype? You're want to fucking talk like
Right?
motherfucker?
And I'm like,
How dare you?
first of all, like she's got the
Yeah.
body of a cheerleader. This girl is like 80% muscle. What are you doing?
Yeah, it was wild.
She's probably one of those moms that be like, "You did this to me."
I'm like, Jesus Christ, good. Yeah, she's not gonna talk to you when she turns 18. As soon as she's out that house, you know we're gonna hear from her again.
Nah.
Yeah, race till to find me like below my fucking top in here on a client.
I don't
Yeah,
think I've
you're-
ever had.
I'm sure it'll.
I don't think I've ever had
It's
an
usually
issue with a
pretty nice.
client. I have had multiple issues with client parents though. Because I'm very much like, if the child's getting pierced, if I'm stabbing the kid's in charge. The kid can do one. The kid can say where it goes. You know, if that's who I'm piercing, that's who's in charge, other than me.
Absolutely.
But and then there's parents that want to have way too much of an opinion. No, I think we should move it up, or I don't think you should only just do one. I'm like, no, I'm not fucking holding your kid down. If the kid wants it right here, it's gonna go right here.
Mm-hmm.
As long as it's anatomically okay,
There you
and
go.
as long as it's gonna heal correctly, I don't care where the kid wants it, because it's there.
Well, how about the mom? How about the moms when you like mark? We'll say the nostril. You like mark the nostril. They go look in the mirror. The mom's like, it should be probably over here. And I'm like, don't fucking touch her nose.
She like moves her head and she like pokes her right in the nose, and you're like,
Don't touch her face. Don't touch the dot. Don't touch any part of that area.
The other issue I get is that I do allow people to record while I pierce. I don't mind it. It's not a huge deal to me. But I love when I get, and I have to specify, I'm like, yes, you can record as long as the client's okay with it and you're not in my way. And I love when moms want to get like in between me and the client. And I'm like, excuse you, please go sit back down. You can record from over there. Like, you will get enough of the reaction. It's fine.
Yeah, I
You
don't
record
allow
my
any-
ass.
I'll let any photos or videos during the procedure before and after. I'm fine with.
Mhm.
But you have clients that are like, okay, I'm going to pierce your lip. They're like, all right. And they're like, can I record it?
Yes, I won't let you record yourself. I won't let you hold the phone, because also if you pass out and you drop that phone on your face, it's
You're look at them. Grab their lips.
I do love photo bombing and like doing funny stuff for their videos, so I think that's a big reason I allow it. I'm like, it doesn't bother me. I don't mind piercing with an audience either.
No, we
great,
let
great.
one
But I
person.
have met piercers that are like, absolutely no recording allowed in the piercing room
One
at all.
person. I am a stickler.
One
One
person.
person.
Oh, only one person back?
Yeah. Yeah, you get a whole group back there. Like, so you have, Ray has 2 people there, plus the person he's tattooing.
Mhm.
Brian has 2 people, plus the person he's tattooing. That group's trying to talk over this group. This group starts talking over that group. There's music playing. I'm like, yo,
Mhm.
half y'all got to get the fuck out. Like,
Yeah.
you're making my ears, like, go crazy. But I like
Too
having,
much to focus on.
yeah, like, let the artist talk to the person they're tattooing. Like, that's their therapy. You know what I mean? I only have
Right.
people, if somebody passes out, they have a familiar voice they can hear.
Right.
Or, hey, what's this?
And I guess when it comes to large groups of people in the piercing room, because of course I've pierced conventions and I pierced at the county fair last year, and that was fucking crazy. But it's exactly what it sounds like. I pierced at the county fair. There was a derby going on 20 feet away from me. There was a cow in the building. It was wild.
You pierced a cow?
I didn't pierce the cow. I wanted to, but they wouldn't let
Sounds
me.
like a part of our local fucking county right up the road here.
It was so
Perfect.
cool. It was crazy. And so like then, you know, if people want to gather around the booth, that's okay. You know, that doesn't affect me too much. For like, if it's in my piercing room, I definitely gauge the situation. Like if I'm piercing a young child, getting their ears pierced for the first time, and they brought mom, grandma, dad, cousins, siblings, I'm like, okay, 2 of you can come back. Because this is going to be so much for that child.
Yeah.
And the same thing happens when I get like teenagers and getting their belly buttons pierced. You know, they want to bring everybody, their boyfriend, their cousins, their best friends, everybody. I'm like, 2 people can come back, and one has to be a parent.
Yeah, with us, we have to we allow OD people back that. So if it's under 6 or under 18, they have to be with their parent. That's the only person they can be with when they're being a procedure done. If they're over 18, they can only bring somebody back that is over the age of 18.
Okay.
Yeah. Which
It just makes it easier for people not saying shit happen. You know what I mean? It's like
right
and older.
Right.
Yeah, I usually once I put this before when I was at the other place, when I put a stencil down, there were so many fucking people there sometimes that it just everyone had a fucking opinion of where their stencil should go. And it just always fucking bugged me because I had to fucking take off the fucking stencil, put it back on, and take it off. Which again, I'm just fucking irritating the skin because I keep putting this fucking ointment on and just putting stencils on, taking it off, and then they don't like it because our other friends doesn't like it. Here, I just put the stencil on and they're like, I fucking love it, and I'm like, cool, let's go.
And respectfully, moving a stencil is so much harder than moving my piercing dot.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I do
Fuck
not
that.
freaking like it when their significant other, boyfriend, girlfriend, they go, oh, what do you I gotta go see what my wife says. I was like, bruh, it's up to you, not your wife. Don't call your wife. Don't text your girlfriend. Don't text your boyfriend. Because then it starts to muddy up the waters, and then it's like, hey, I'll take small opinions. You know what I mean? Like I had to do the girl's under chest, and the boyfriend was there, and I said, hey, you got to look at it. I'll take your opinion on this one because you know her body better than me.
Yeah.
But outside of that, it's like, no, man. I've had to tell people I need to have you leave the room so I can just get the stencil on.
It's either that or I love fucking. I love, and Gab can tell you how much I love doing this. Covering ex-boyfriend names.
Yeah. They're fun. I've been in situations where I tattooed the husband and wife for a while, and I did their names, and then they divorced, and then I had to cover their names, and they were both still coming back to me to get tattooed, and then would gossip about each other to me when they would come and get tattooed separately. I was like, I'm just trying to make a living, okay? I don't need to know what's going on with you and him and
Don't lie.
You
love getting their drama.
Oh yeah, do
lie.
Not lie. Do not, because
I loved it until they're like, well, what did she say? Well, what did she tell you last time? I was like, no, I'm no middleman. Either you're here or you were it.
You want to have some real fun, book.
Huh?
Oh.
Book back to back. You want to have some real fun.
Oh yeah, I almost did on accident one day. You know what was always funny though is they would always book their appointments pretty close to each other, like days apart. Like I wouldn't hear from them for a month, and then out of nowhere, the wife would message, and then the husband would message like 2 days later, and then they'd set up their appointments. Like
yeah,
it was weird.
But yeah, when they try to ask you about the other people, you say this is your therapy, not mine. Like
yeah. Yeah, I ain't trying to let nothing slip. That's client confidentiality right there.
I just honestly just sitting there and seeing a lot of time the women you know, it's very like they get very empowered at the end of the tattoo. Because, like, you know what I mean? They're most of the women that come in are very shy, very fucking, like, you could tell these persons were, like, these people were taking advantage of, like, their personalities and using it as a weakness towards them. And then when you see that shit disappear and they turn into a complete different person, then it's fun. It turns real funny.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, they're ready to go out for a night on the town.
Yeah, like, it's the best.
Yep, they're like, "Ooh, I'm gonna go home, shower, and hit the club."
Yeah,
get it, girl.
He's no longer here. You can't see him. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yep. Oh yeah, they're on it. Whole new persona, whole new person like that.
they completely turn into a completely different person by the end of the tattoo. I'm telling you, like the like it's just crazy. I did one on Sunday, and it felt like that. Like it felt like how she started off. She started telling me the whole story, which perfectly fine. I'm your you know, you pay me to listen. You know,
Yeah.
the art is the fun part. You know,
Right? Yeah.
so yeah, I'm there listening, and I'm just like, you know, cool. And then one second she looks down, and it's all gone, and she's like, holy shit, like. He was gone, so it was just like that, and then she just completely turned into like a happy person out of nowhere. She's
Yeah.
like, "Fuck yeah, it's gone! Like I don't have to see his fucking name anymore." I'm like,
See, that's cool. So, an opposite story and a piercing story, because I used to pierce years ago. I don't anymore, and I don't have any. Huh?
You were smart.
Yeah. I had to leave that. Oh, I couldn't do both. I couldn't. I had tattoos and pierced for a long time, and then I finally gave it up a few years ago. Actually, not that long ago. I think I did the last few of my piercings at Fallen Heroes when I first started about 2 years ago. Anyways, long story short, I had this girl come in. She was going in for surgery. She came in crying. She was just like, she had to get all this jewelry taken out for her MRIs, and just like you know, she had to have been like 17, something like that. She had a little teddy bear with her and everything, right? Took all her jewelry out, got her all set up. You know, I told her, come back. We'll put all your jewelry in for free. We'll even hook it up with a free piercing, you know, as long as, you know, you're healed up and good to go. And she comes back a month later, and she's all done up, hair's all done, and she was a bee. This girl was rude. I was just trying to, how'd everything go? I was fine. Whatever. It's like, dang, girl. So we had it there. I was trying to help out. Cool. And then, man, it threw me on a jack. Cause like, man, this girl was like all sad and beat down and surgery. And now she comes in and she's a jerk. Mean, rude. I was like, well, I'm sorry.
She had surgery to install that B button in her.
Yeah. It's like, she's so that's the only time I've had someone be the opposite. Where usually it's people go from sad to happy.
yeah, I love it.
Well, I have a happy to sad story. So
Go.
what we have, is it on this side? I don't know. I think it's this side. I have a tattoo on my neck, and it's a Sacred Heart. I drew it up, had my wedding date in it, had our last name in it, and I drew it up for my ex-wife. She got it on her shoulder. I got it on my neck. She found out I did laser removal, and I got the date removed. So she's like, "Oh," she says, "you do laser removal, don't you?" I was like, "Yeah." She goes, "Well, how much you guys charge?" I was like, $250 a session. That's our normal price. Like, I wasn't giving her no discount. No discount. Hell no. I pay you every month. You better not pay me.
Yeah, and I know you got it. I know you got it.
Yeah, I know you got it.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's fun.
She still has it. She hasn't got rid of it.
She never came by. That's awesome.
She never set up an appointment.
That's funny. She must not have wanted it gone that bad.
Nope.
That's awesome.
Then the bad part is she's like dating somebody now, and I totally forgot to like a couple months ago that I have my lip prints on her ass. Totally forgot. So like recently, I was like, "Oh shit!" I have a boyfriend. I was like, "What? She still has the lips on her ass."
He probably kisses it over too.
Wow! Wow! Wow!
He's
That's
probably over here
awesome.
kissing the shit out of those lips, thinking there's something else, and it's your lips.
He just put his hand on top of him from the behind.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
Better pull one of
Oh shit!
that.
Duh.
Oh my god!
That's funny.
Hey, it's real life.
Right? Yeah, shoot. That is.
Real life.
I gotta get my ex's. I just freaking scribbled it out. I didn't even see it. It's all. I got my ex's name in high school.
Mm.
And I literally just went and just scribbled it out one night. I was all drunk.
Tattoo avoid sticker.
I've been wanting to. I will at some point. Well, I think if I had to get, I guess I'd take it all back. If I had to get something removed, it would be that. If I had the opportunity. But you guys are too far away. So I ain't paying
It's
nobody out
always-
here to do it.
It's always exes.
Always. No one goes to get a big cover up if it's not an ex, you know?
It's always an
Always.
ex. Oh, I mean, I've seen. Don't get me wrong. I've seen cover up some bad tattoos, but mostly,
It's usually a bad
99.
tattoo of the ex's name.
I would say 90% of the time is usually an ex-boyfriend's name or ex-girlfriend's name that needs to be covered up because the new girlfriend doesn't like it, or the new boyfriend doesn't like it.
Oh, I love those tattoos because
Yeah.
the new girlfriend's sitting there the whole time just talking smack about the other girl.
Looking at
Man,
Love those freaking situations. She goes
Does-
in on
does
that
he
girl,
know?
and then
does he know?
I can still see
yeah, yeah,
it. I can still see it.
yeah. Oh, she's gone now. Now you ain't ever gonna see her again. Oh man, I love those.
Bye bye.
I love when they start talking smack about how they look. Ah, she looked like a pig anyways. Why'd you even get with her?
I don't understand. He must like pig hoes.
and ask Natalie. I'm an antagonist. I'll jump in with her. I'll
Oh,
start
yeah,
making
yeah,
fun of him too. We're like, oh, she was that bad. I was like, ooh, that's really who you went with.
Yeah, because now I know the tip depends on her because she's definitely
Yeah.
running shit. Like,
Oh yeah,
unless he says something, I'm not saying shit until he says something. If he doesn't say nothing for like 30 minutes, she's definitely holding the money.
no.
I'm
If he
start talking shit with her.
if he brought her and she stays, that's clear
Yeah, oh,
sign
yeah.
right there.
Yeah,
If she drops him off and leaves, she's pissed about it.
yeah,
She like just found out he got it, kind of thing. Like they just
Yeah.
got together. Oh man, those are the best. I love
those
it.
are fun. Those are fun.
Because what are you gonna do? You know, I'm gonna
You
cover
do
it, but
shit.
yeah, you gonna hear it. You gonna hear it. We gonna get rid of it. It's gonna be gone, but you gonna hear something.
I mean, sometimes I've seen some up here that are too dark, and it just not gonna happen. Like today, it turned out like today was a funny morning because we literally got here, and hopefully they're not watching, but we literally got here and we get called for a walk-in, and she's like, "Oh, it's a stick and poke. I want to get it covered up," and I'm like, "Oh fuck, I know stick and poke. It's probably gonna be dark as fuck." Nope. Lady walks in, I just get a full fucking
Eye full.
eye full this morning
full.
because it's like right next to it, so
Yeah.
super light, and she wants a rose or leaves or something like that. And I was like, all right, cool.
I did the same thing. A removal. A girl had her boyfriend, ex-boyfriend's initials, like far from it. And I was like, this is going to sting.
Oh,
This is going to sting.
I couldn't. Ooh, that's got to make your whole body shake, right? Like you
Oh, yeah,
gotta
like-
like feel that when that hits
Yeah.
that little.
You do it when they get the legs and they fucking toes.
Oh
are
yeah, they
curling.
just.
Like, your toes are curling right now inside your flip flop.
You put a little football on it and watch it shoot.
Yeah.
It's the
Okay.
best. It's
Ooh.
the best.
What? What's the weirdest thing you've removed? Like the weirdest tattoo that you've had to remove?
Weirdest tattoo.
Or
I don't see
funniest.
too many- So I've got the worst ones.
Yeah.
That's probably where you want to go with that.
Let's do it.
I had one lady that had her ex-husband's name on her. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 or 7 places on her body had for his name or his initials.
Jesus.
Very possessive. Anywhere and anywhere you saw and looked and wanted to have fun had his name or initial on it.
What the fuck?
That's crazy.
I had 2 16-year-old sisters that decided to get Amazon tattoo machine,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
probably I would say each side of the top of the thighs, right above the knee, probably 3 inches high, 5 inches wide on both legs. That fuck off. Mom was in tears when she came in and found out about it.
I bet.
And then I have a guy right now that I'm doing removal on, and I'm giving him extra sessions for him changing his way of life, but he has fascist symbols all over him.
Oh.
Yeah, so I'm giving him extra sessions for no cost. Try to help him out.
Yeah. Well, and I assume a lot of it's dark and solid black
Mhm.
Yeah, yep.
because those guys didn't like thin lines.
Have you?
Yeah.
Have you?
Oh,
You
I
would
just
think,
caught that.
right?
Stupid.
You would think.
I guess that's gonna be cut out, right?
Yeah.
Probably. But you
Oh,
ever done like
honorary screen time.
someone
Oh,
on
it's
TV?
Iggy.
Oh god, the dying dog.
The She's
not dying.
unkillable at this
She
point.
won't die. I keep trying. I put
That's
her in the
a make a
microwave
wish.
the other day.
I keep trying.
Hmm
PETA is gonna come after your fucking ass.
I hope so. I let Saraz's children try and kill her yesterday. That didn't work.
No,
That
they
dog was
just
scared.
Hold on.
I don't do. This is we're not part. We're all not part of this. Just
I'm new here.
this one. Yeah, just this
Is it-
one.
She's breathing hard right now.
She really did find this dog in the trash can, though. This was a rescue dog.
It looks like it lives in a trash can.
I found it eating pizza in a dumpster.
Yes. How long have you had it now? Is it 3 years? 2 years?
Oh, I've only had her for like a year.
Has it only been a year?
With Iggy, yeah.
Maybe she's a time traveler.
Mm-hmm.
I remember you having her longer.
No, Hendrix I've had for
Okay.
3 years.
What?
The husky
a
that
pug
you
mix?
never see.
Oh, she doesn't know what it is.
Oh, what the dog? What this dog is?
Yeah, Iggy. What's
Yeah,
Iggy?
Fuck if I know.
See, like a pug
Half
mix,
trash, half fucking shit
half
to
trash, half-
She's an escaped science experiment, is what we've come up with.
chupacabra in person.
She's got
Sounds
You should
9
hear her breathe.
nipples.
It sounds like the
She does have
chupacabra.
9 nipples.
He.
Don't you assume? Don't assume.
No, it's a she.
Oh, it's a she?
Yeah,
Why'd you say he does have 9 nipples?
I said she does.
No, the fuck you did not. You said he.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize it was so important. It's a she.
Context.
My
Context.
apologies.
They have 9.
It has 9 nipples. I say that disrespectfully to that dog.
You lie. You love that dog.
So, Gab, you ever removed any tattoos for any celebrities?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Spit them out because
So-
I already know.
So we just found out the other day, we have, it's slow here. We got a little Fire TV here, just, occupy some time.
Yeah.
Watching bare knuckle fighting.
Yeah.
TV.
Oh, men.
I'm like, this fucking a big bold star tattooed on the side of his head. And I'm like, that fucking tattoo looks familiar. Then he said his name, and I was like, I think I know this dude. And they said from Carlisle, Pennsylvania, which is like 20 minutes from here.
Hey.
Hold up, no way. So I go back and pull his file. I'm like, I fucking did removal on his tattoo on his head. He's a bare knuckle fighter.
Damn.
That's dope.
That's cool.
What a fun way to find out.
Right?
Ray's here, and I'm like, yo, hold up.
Right. That's awesome.
He
That's
went
super
into his archives, dude, and really found this person's like whole history.
Yeah. That means you got his autograph.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you gotta save that.
Anybody want to buy it? eBay, here we come.
Right?
Yeah,
Like, yeah.
Better catch it now while he's winning.
Yeah, he's fighting here soon. The next BFF or BKFC, he's fighting. I just saw it on the book.
That's cool.
That's cool.
Have you guys
Yeah.
tattooed celebrities?
Me and I tattooed. I don't know if you know Tech Nine or Strange Music.
I know Tech Nine.
There's a guy on the label King ISO.
Okay.
I've tattooed him a few times. Natalie's pierced him, and then I tattooed another rapper that goes with him in their Tech Nine's DJ. I tattooed him. And then like no one like crazy famous, but like I tattooed a few people who were in the Olympics who won like gold medals and stuff.
Yeah. Those are famous people.
Yeah.
Right? I thought it was cool. I thought it was a cool dude. I tattooed this one dude who.
Says they're not too famous because he doesn't remember who they are.
No, I didn't know who they
What?
were. But they showed me all their cool pictures of them in the Olympics and their awards, and I thought they were awesome.
But did you take pictures with them?
No.
What the fuck? Like,
I have pictures of their tattoos.
what
Like
are we
that's-
doing, man?
Yeah.
What the fuck are we doing? Are we just letting shit just roll out the fucking door? It's free publicity right here, guys. If
Ah.
those people that were in the Olympics got tattooed by straw, send him fucking pictures.
Yeah.
'Cause
I'm gonna call up Dustin from his paperwork. Hey, you might not remember me. I did remove on you like 13 years ago. Can we get a picture?
Mm? Yeah, got to. Yeah,
got,
no.
got a new
that's-
guy at the shop that wants to tattoo you. How do you feel?
Yeah. That's awesome. But outside of that, nobody else.
Yeah,
I tattooed my mom. She's
Yeah,
cool.
that's about the most famous
Cool.
person I've tattooed.
Yeah.
I pierced my mom after years and years of her bitching at me about piercings. That's what comes in,
Nice.
pierced by me, and I'm like, you bitch.
You
All the years of trauma.
You know, out of all of us, I think Tyler hangs out with the most famous people.
Yeah, he hangs out with Bob Bonnie.
Bob
Oh.
on.
Bob Bonnie. Did you
Tyler
take
does
pictures
talk
with the horse?
sometimes.
Wait, what
Tyler,
up?
did you take pictures with the fucking horse?
Nope. No
What
cameras
the fuck
backstage.
are we doing here, man? Same shit.
You had one job.
No
Yeah,
cameras
one
backstage.
No cameras.
Okay.
Gotcha.
No flash
That-
photography.
That makes sense, but you could have snuck one. You know damn well you could have.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, you're right.
We're gonna all pitch in and get Tyler some of those Ray-Ban camera glasses.
Mm.
So this
how about-
morning, was it this morning or was it yesterday?
This morning, today.
This morning, I just saw some Ray-Bans that come off and they have joints inside of them.
What?
What?
It's not
No.
Ray-Ban, but it's the sunglass where they unscrew and you put them inside the sides.
What? Oh man, I need
Dope.
some of those.
Why do you have sunglasses on?
Here.
Like
Damn it.
it's dark. Bad eyes.
Yeah, the lights are too bright.
Glaucoma.
Yeah, glaucoma. These glasses
Why
really
your eyes
help.
Red. Because as soon as the sun hits it, dumbass, that's why I wear the sunglasses.
Nah, coma. I love weed. It's my favorite.
So, Tyler, how many other Spanish artists do you know?
All of them.
These are my
Whoa, what is that?
Oh.
Oh, that's cool.
Sorry. I am
Those are-
so sorry.
those are my babies.
Gep is also our residential shroom expert.
Shroom expert.
Shroom expert.
Nice. We just went to a
Mhm.
convention last weekend, and they gave us an eighth and a chocolate bar of shrooms, all in our artist goodie bag.
Did you get waxed too? Because I got waxed.
Yeah, I got
You
waxed.
got wax?
Wait,
Yeah,
where
we
the
got.
fuck
This is a long-lived tattoo convention. It was the first year. It was on 420. So we got an eighth of weed, joints, joint papers, blunt wraps, wax, and then you had the choice of either chocolate bar shrooms or capsule shrooms. Of course, I went with chocolate bar because they were strong, and they were warning people too that the chocolate bars were very strong.
They were
Did you
very.
eat them?
I haven't eaten mine yet, but I know Natalie's boyfriend messed around and found out pretty fast.
Walk around and find out.
Yeah.
It was not a good night for him all around.
Oh
Oh no, I think the trip went fine. He said they were very strong.
no.
Bitch.
Strong means bad trip. Just kidding.
It went fine. It didn't go great, but it went fine.
My favorite part is how it started. It was their buddy was over, and Natalie was like, "Oh, here's a bar I got," and
No,
just jokingly,
Hold up.
You-
Hold up. His friend was over, and he had his stream that night, so they were doing a friend stream.
oh yeah, they had the stream too.
We're not getting into the whole stream. They were drinking throughout their stream. They went through a couple beers each and I think a full bottle of Pink Whitney together. And so at the end of the stream, we're all kind of like sitting on the ground, like talking shit to each other. And I tossed the shroom bar to his friend. Oh, there he is. Do you see him? He exists.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
he's gone.
I swear. And Iggy's just back there.
He's just in the corner.
Just dipped.
Yeah, he was like a ghost.
Anyway, and so yeah, they had drank a lot already. We were sitting, and I threw the chocolate bar at him, and I was like, "You're not gonna eat it," and he was like, "I'm just gonna play with it. I'm just looking at it," and he breaks a row off. It's like a 3 squares by 4, and it's a 5-gram bar, and whatever the conversion was, I think the row itself was a gram. And he was like, I'm just looking at it. And he breaks off a row. And then I'm like, okay. I go back and I'm talking to his girlfriend. And I look back and he's got the bar in his mouth. And I'm like, all right. Okay, Zach, good luck with that. Have fun.
Hell yeah.
I go back to talking to his girlfriend about finishing the conversation we just had. And then I look back and all of a sudden Arlo's got a bar in his mouth. And I'm like, all right, guys. There's coloring books in the closet. Have fun. I'm going to bed because I have to go to a convention tomorrow. I wake up the next morning. Arlo's asleep on the couch, and his friend is like passed out, face down on the floor. All right.
Gotta love it.
I guess they watched Who Killed Roger Rabbit, and Arlo said it was the worst experience he's ever had.
Oh, Roger Rabbit.
Yeah, our last event we do I ride with a lot of people that ride like PEVs, one wheel scooters, e-bikes, all that shit. We have like a big area. We throw a big thing here in October. We have a fall fest. We have people from like California, Florida, North Carolina, Canada, New York, like a whole bunch of people. Philly comes in, Pittsburgh comes in. So we get all these people there, and we had it for last season. And I told the guy that was running, I was like, yo, like, I'm going to bring some favors. He's like, all right. I'm walking around with like a half pound, just handing them out. They called me By the end of the event, I was the shroom fairy. Like shroom fairy, running over. Big bang.
That is awesome.
Oh, they fucking loved it.
I love shrooms. They're my
All right.
There's so much-
Times.
There's medical benefits from them things, and they just won't let it
Heck yeah.
It is time for me to hop off.
Oh, you out of here?
I have to go deliver some shoes.
Oh, yeah.
So all of our podcast followers know we only have 3 pairs of 7.5 in men's left of the obsidians. 3 pairs.
Bree,
It.
Yes. Buy them. Buy them now.
They're going
if
to
you didn't get him,
or what?
you missing out.
Yes. After that, they are not going to come back ever. Ever.
Never.
They might, but it might not be for a couple of years. So
It's gonna be a while.
it's gonna be a while.
Exclusivity.
Exclusivity. All right. Well, go have fun. Go enjoy your night.
Have a wonderful rest of your night and a fun podcast.
Yes. Love you. See you later.
It says bye.
No.
Okay. Gets on the podcast strictly to keep me in line.
The most I've heard him talk all day, he just said no.
You just-
Yeah.
I love you,
That's
Tyler.
awesome.
Bye.
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 All right. That's Nat. What are we talking about again? Oh, yeah. Shrooms. I've got a buddy right now who is microdosing while he tattoos. And
Yep.
his stuff, I mean, it's fire. And he just keeps, like, he's trying to get me on it. And I want to, but I haven't ever microdosed. I've never actually done shrooms and tattoo. But from what I've heard and from what a lot of the guys that I do know that are doing it, it's like upping their tattoos. Like it's
For real.
it's making their creativity go up. It's making they're working on their tattoos a little more. They're putting more detail. So I want to try it, but I don't know. What is your thought about that, Gap? Just to see, since I mean you know your way around shrooms. What's your take on it?
I've microdosed before. In fact, I was producing products from microdosing, and it definitely it opens up your mind. You don't get trippy effects. You're not going to be able, you'll be able to drive. You'll be able to function. You'll be able to talk. Your pupils aren't going to be this big. It's just enough to give you just a little bit more of your brain activity through it. So you start low. You start at 0.1 grams. So you're like a tenth of a gram is nothing. And then you see how you feel. Then you can bump up a little bit, go like 0.12, 0.15, 0.17. Kind of work it up, and you'll find an area where you get to the point where you're like, okay, that's probably just a little bit too much for me to like function. So go back down, and then that would be your supply or your dose. And with those, I tell people, like, you do 3 days on, 4 days off, or 4 days on, 3 days off. I'm sorry. So you can do it either like day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. Then you have your break, or you can do it day 1, take a break, day 2, take a break, day 3, take a break, and you'll break it up that way. I did it 4 days straight, 3-day break. That way you're kind of building that up, and then build up will last you through your 3-day break, but it's enough to like back down to where you need to be to get those same effects. So you do this. Because
what would happen if you keep taking them though, and you don't take breaks off?
So you'll eventually just build up a tolerance to them where it's not going to be as effective.
Oh, okay.
In order to like overdose on shrooms, you got to eat like 4 pounds of shrooms or something. It's you'll be thrown up before you can get them all down. Like,
right? Yeah. Yeah. Kind of like weed. You're gonna fall asleep or eat something or digest way before you're gonna you're gonna OD on it.
But it definitely, it's a mood stabilizer. It definitely gives you a little bit of like pep, little looseness, and it gives your like brain just a little more activity. So the activity is like your creativity will like show more.
Yeah, that's cool. How long can you do that for? or what's the recommended
I've done it
month,
for-
a week,
I've
or
done for months, and then I haven't done it in a while. So I feel like I'm at the point now where I probably need to start going back into it. But
Yeah.
I mean, you'll know effects when you kind of like kind of get back into that ruddy feeling again.
yeah,
Start your stuff over, you know what I mean? But yeah, I've done it for
Yeah.
months in a row, 4 days, 3 days, 4 days, 3 days, 4 days, 3 days, whole way up through. So you kind of
Wow.
control that.
yeah. I'm gonna have to try. I just keep hearing good things about it, especially here in Colorado. It's decriminalized and everything, so we have a lot of great access to it and can experiment a little bit more out here.
You can get a capsule presser. That's the easiest way to do it. Just buy a capsule presser
Okay.
off Medical Pages. Get your capsules and then just get a coffee grinder. Put them in there, grind them all up. I keep them in like a mason jar, and then I just scoop them out onto the tray, sift them through, cap them, dump them out.
And then just take one to start. and
Yep.
take-
Yeah. Just want to make sure when you get them, find out which capsule is going to be best for you. So
Okay.
but I like a size 1, a size 0, a size 00. Like a size, I use a size 0, and I can get like 0.2, 0.22, 0.23 in there, and that's like the perfect for me. So you just got to figure out which size you need capsule wise, or you can just take them and weigh them out, the powder, and then mix it in with some coffee in the morning, tea in the morning, whatever.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, totally up to you.
Huh. Yeah, I'm gonna have to try that out because like I said, I need some good benefits. Well, not just good benefits. I know it's good to trip every so often. You need to reset your receptors and reset your because that's not a drug to me. You know what I mean? That's a resetter. That's something you do. You got to be in a good mindset. You got to be ready, and then you can go and enjoy it. Even like what's funny is my first psychedelic ever was DMT. I completely skipped acid and shrooms and just
Damn it.
dove right into ice cold water and called it a day.
Yeah, that's definitely a big high when you do that.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone's done this but me.
it's
Tyler.
I've not.
Okay, cool. My brother.
it's so you've done it. I assume you have. Yeah. So it's fun, but it's a respected thing. You like it's like if shrooms is respecting a gun, DMT is respecting a tank or an
Bazooka.
Apache helicopter. So they're gonna do that thing, and it's gonna do it correctly.
Yeah. How was yours? Like, how did you
Mine was
partake? Was it
so
vape? Was it
but I hate to say it, but it was like crack pipe-ish.
okay?
Like
okay.
like my brother-in-law who he had somebody that he had gotten it from, and so at the time that was the best way. And later on, we found out we can use dabbing rigs and other different avenues.
Yes.
But back then, it was like God, I think I was like 21. Like it was almost 10 years ago now. It's been a minute.
How was the experience?
It was wild. Again, not knowing what psychedelics were at that time, to me, no acid, no shrooms, nothing, just balls deep. There was so you've got to hit it 3 times. You got to do your first hit, you got to do your second hit, and then the third hit, my brother-in-law had to hold it up for me because I was like tired. I couldn't. It was kicking in. My ears started ringing all crazy. My mouth started tasting like battery acid and copper. It was just But after a while, the ground was the heck
Melting?
not
Wow.
melting. It turned into like Aztec snakes almost is the best way that I can describe it.
Oh.
And then they started to break up into layers. So the ground went from flat and then it went into like layers. And I could like look into each layer, but I could still see the living room. I still felt like I was in the living room, but in front of me I could see these different layers of like darkness, and one of the dark layers like it sucked me in. Like I could feel the wind as if someone was blowing on me, and it just took me into a dark spot where I could kind of feel myself. And then for a moment, I couldn't feel my legs. After a few more minutes, I couldn't feel my arms anymore. I couldn't feel my head. Like there was nothing to grab onto, but all I could hear was my heartbeat. Like I could feel my heartbeat. It was like ba-bump, ba-bump. After a few minutes, it was ba-bump, ba-bump. And then at one point, it never came back. And that was my last grip to life. Like after that, I was dead. Like I accepted it. I was like, I died. I'm dead right now. There's nothing else around it. I'm dead. I'm around and found out. Like, cool, IOD. Awesome. And then all of a sudden, this lady started dancing around me in a beautiful white dress. No idea who she was, but it was like, you ever get like a little goo in your eye or whatever, and you can't like look right at it? It was like that. It was like that. I could see her, but I couldn't look directly at her. And then we started flying into, best thing I could describe was the Aztec temples, like flying through the sky. But I could hear the birds. I could feel the air. I could, smell the ocean. Like it was as real as
got in touch with your roots, my guy.
Oh, bro, it got intense. It got crazy intense for a while. And this lady just kept taking me all these different spots. And then I come back, and this is the craziest part, is I start to come back, I go dark again, and then I remember going from like a movie, like it just stopped. It just was over. And then I went to back to the house. And I pick my head up and I see my brother-in-law walk from out of the bathroom into the right in front of me, into the kitchen. He grabbed 2 drinks, sat on the table, put one kind of like if I was sitting in front of him, and then one in front of him, and then he sat back. And then all of a sudden, it's like it replayed in my head. My head goes up, and I look at him, and I tell him, "Hey, hand me that water you just grabbed." He's like, "How did you know I grabbed the water?" I was like, "What do you mean? I watched you walk from the bathroom to the kitchen and grab me and you a drink." He's like, "Bro, you've had your head down this entire time, and you just lifted it up when I sat down." He's like, "There's no way you saw me." I was like, "No, I," and that tripped me out, and I did it again after. I think I did it about. Oh yeah, no, it took me a second to catch. Like I was back. I was like, "I didn't die. I didn't die. It's okay." I was like, "Let's do it again." I think we did it like 3 more times after that.
You did three more times after that.
Yeah, that day, that same day. Yeah.
Oh.
We just kept going. But after the first one, or after the first 2 times, it kept taking me back to the same spot and almost replayed. And then we started running out, so we're like, we're gonna do less. We were only doing like 2 hits, and at that point, it was just kind of like an acid trip. Like the walls were moving, TV was weird, and they call it the waiting room.
I've always wanted to do it, man.
I
literally talked to this guy because but like me and Scotty's been talking about this for a while, and because I've seen the Mike Tyson interviews where he talks about how like if he would have found this out earlier, he would have never done boxing. You get what I'm saying? Like Mike Tyson, for Mike Tyson to say that, we all know who Mike Tyson is. For Mike Tyson to say he took this fucking DMTs and afterwards he didn't feel any type of anger. He just felt love. He wanted to love everyone. That's crazy. So I was like, I want to try this. Like, I feel like I can have a good experience after this. Okay. But I can never find it.
It's honestly, it'll find you when it's right and it's time. It'll find you, that's how much of a respect kind of thing it is. I wanted to do it for years before, and I didn't want to do anything else. I said I'm not going to try psychedelics until DMT. Like that was my goal. I heard about it when I was younger, talked about it through middle school and high school, like it was this thing. And then one day my brother-in-law was like, "I got it. You want to try it?" I was like, "Yes, right now." And what was crazy though is my brother-in-law used it as like a party drug. He would buy it every day. Like he would do it every single day. And just trip. Like he would sprinkle it in his joints. He would go to raves and sprinkle it in his doobies. He was that guy, and handing it to people. Like he was that that guy. Love him to death. But even he got to a point where he's like, this isn't a party. He's like, this is not a party thing. He messed around too much, and it brought out deep, dark secrets. Even he said he doesn't like, fears that only you really think about, And he's like, this is, nah. He's like, I respect it. He's like, I played with it. I messed around with it. He's like, and I really, really found out. He's like, so,
Get scary. It could get scary.
Because I was asking him a few years ago if he could still get it, and he wasn't scared, but he was like, "Oh, if I can, I'll get it for you." He's like, "But I'd really like to." He didn't even want to be around it. He didn't want to be around it. Like it was like it had its own strength, its own entity.
You can't push it too far, and then
because
eventually too far is gonna take you somewhere dark. Yeah, and I don't think none of us are ready to go there yet.
Well, and not just dark, but it shows you what you need to go through. Like it's not a dark spot; it's a scary spot. But are you willing to fight that fear? It's like being afraid of spiders, and you have the option to jump into a tank of spiders, and if you come out good, you're not going to be afraid anymore, or you let that sucker consume you. And that's okay. You can live your life being afraid of spiders, but there is an option that you could face that fear, but it's going to be your fear.
I fucking did skydiving, but I still afraid of heights. Like, still fucking everybody was like, if you do this, you will not be fucking scared anymore, man. I swear on everything. And I was like, all right. Did it in private, by myself. Guy, I was strapped to a fucking guy because you can't on your first one. They won't let you do it by yourself.
Yeah,
and fuck that. Never again. Fuck that shit.
Gamp, what's been your experiences with DMT? Or what's your take on it?
So your other party favors in that same genre are more like a roller coaster, going to the top, get to the top, and you have fun. DMT is the space shuttle. It's like off. Like you're 0 to 100 in a split second. But a lot of stuff that I see is a lot of geometric stuff, like geometric repeating patterns is what I see a lot of.
Yeah.
That's what I told him. I was like, it had to be the guy that does the artwork for Tool had to be drawing on DMT.
Oh, yeah.
That's some of the stuff you see is just like walls and walls of the same pattern, but you see where there's dividers and stuff.
Yeah. I can imagine the shit I would paint. Like,
right? Well, and that's the cool thing. It's such an experience. You're not like with acid. I feel like you still know you're in the room.
Yeah.
Like there's still a small connection to reality. I mean, even if you take a lot, there's at least you could walk into a door and you may not know what it is, but it's a door. You hit it.
Yeah.
With DMT, you're not there. You're not in the room. You are not in time, space. Those geometrics are just like on a TV that you could see. Like you're in them. It's nuttiness.
It's fucking scary. It's scary because like I hear everybody tell me. I hear different stories though. Like I hear dark stories and I hear like go happy stories from Gab. And the other guy that's in the shop here too. Like, there's good stories.
Any psychedelic, it's all about the mindset.
Mm-hmm.
Where you're at here is where you're at.
Yeah. Definitely. Like I've been like this is like literally like the happiest I've been in so far. So like I'm probably gonna start fucking dabbling in my fucking psychedelics again and fucking taking some shrooms and shit, get myself in a happy mode. But yeah, it's fun times.
Well, like I said,
I'll trip sit you.
Yeah. See, that's always good too. It's having a good trip sitter, having a good friend right there with you to guide you through and
Yeah.
help you. You know, even with like there have been some times that my wife will trip sitting for me, and she doesn't trip at all. That's not her. That's not her game. She's not into it, which is cool. But she's had a trip sit for me, and it's it's just nice to have someone that can watch you and doesn't have to know what you're going through.
Correct.
They just got to make you feel good when you're going through it. Pat your back, tell you, oh, let's go outside, or try to get you out of those loops. Because that's my worst thing. I don't know if it's being an artist or what, but I'll get in a loop, and I could be stuck in a loop forever, So it's always nice to have someone to pull you out of that.
When you get stuck in a loop like that, best thing to do is have somebody move you to a different environment.
Yeah, and that's as easy as it is.
Yep, just move to a different environment.
Yep, I didn't even got to be a lot. Just from kitchen to living room. The light difference.
A huge difference.
Yeah.
No. I'm a big fan of once I start really getting into the experience is just laying in grass and closing my eyes, and closed eye visuals for me are fucking orgasmic.
Yeah.
Just lay there and close my eyes, let it happen, and just go down that tunnel.
Yeah. I love it because I always feel like I get a little stomach butterflies when I close my eyes. It's like that roller coaster drop. Like you get to control that little drop. When you close your eyes, okay.
And then you're breathing, you're nice steady breaths, and the visuals and
breathe with you.
It's like I can feel everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just everything.
I'm the grass.
See, that's cool. But there was one time I was tripping and I went to go walk around a school park, and they had a basketball court, or not a basketball court. It was the track. With the track, when they have the rubber.
Yeah.
But it feels like rock, but kind of soft. Yeah. I went and I laid there, and I'm like, this is gonna feel cool. And I don't know why it just felt like bugs, the whole time, just bugs. And I just felt like I was in the Mummy. Those little bugs start coming out.
The beetles.
Yeah, I freaked out. Yeah, I started doing that. I got up real fast, and then I went and found a patch of grass, and then I felt better. But it was just,
Just fill the wall. Fill the wall.
Yeah. Just rub the wall. Just rub the wall. That's awesome.
So,
but yeah, I like that the world is opening up to this stuff. It's not all that
it
bad.
should.
The world is not like I get the hard drugs, heroin, crack, that's a party drug. That's Yeah, anything you got to add things to or mix crazy things with, that's too much.
Anything you got to cook up, it's just
just pick it, eat it.
Yeah,
pick it and smoke it. There's nothing there. Pick it, dry it, use it.
Right? Yeah, that's the natural way. But that's because I know that shrooms have a benefit to the body. It has a benefit. I know out here in Colorado, they've actually started implementing where if you choose to, you can get basically an IV of shrooms instead of your regular painkillers to knock you out for surgery. What? So they just put you in a constant trip, and then when you're done, that surgery's over, they pull you out of it.
Fucking go to Colorado.
Or I'm going to get surgery.
Right? Yeah.
Double dose me, doc.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get my whole dentures, and I'm gonna be like,
well, what's
got any of the penis envy in there?
What's crazy is my buddy that did it says it's like a switch. It's like they turn it on and you're tripping, and then they shut it off and you're just back.
Your penis enlargement or
no, man. Penis, come on now. It's a straight, bro. It's a straight.
Oh, the shrooms. The shrooms.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. It's on Ray's mind.
No, I thought he said that. The fucking guest.
No point in Tyler.
I did not point at you, Tyler.
But yeah, it's crazy. But I think it's cool too, cause especially out here in Colorado, if you're red listed where you can't have any painkillers or anything like that, that's a good alternative.
Yeah.
That, and I just think it's cool that they're trying these things. Because could you imagine going into surgery, being freaked out, all scared, and I mean pumped with freaking psilocybin for hours, and then you come back, you'd probably feel amazing.
Yeah.
You probably don't care about that surgery no more.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good to go.
Fuck that surgery. I'm gonna be so fucking happy.
Yeah.
You have surgery on your thumb. You're not on your brain. It's like my brain is fixed.
It's ready to go. And I know it has good healing properties too. Helps the body, get its stuff right, get its healing right. So it's all around a cool thing that they're experimenting with.
Paul Stamets.
What was that?
Do you Paul Stamets, watch any of his documentaries and stuff?
I haven't.
He's a good one to watch. It's STAMET or something like that. But he does a lot of stuff with. He calls it the Stamen stack, which is mixing the psilocybin with a little bit of niacin and lion's mane for like brain functionality, and for the dose to be. The niacin opens up or unrestricts the blood vessels. The lion's mane helps attack different areas of the brain. Psilocybin can go through all those together. So like being stacked together that way is like a way more better thing for your brain heal.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a good shit. Yeah, good
cool.
shit to watch. Paul Stamets is a very good dude about mushrooms. Any of them,
Yeah.
like gourmet, medicinals, psychedelics.
That's cool. Yeah, because there's so many benefits, and not just psychedelic mushrooms, but just mushrooms in general. I mean, there's
Reishi and cordyceps and all that stuff, like different health benefits. Like I take a dropper of lion's mane, reishi, and cordyceps as a tincture. I put in my coffee in the mornings.
nice.
Woo.
Wake
Yeah.
up. I had I was taking tea that had lion's mane and some other stuff. It was just the nastiest tea in the world. It was, but I wouldn't even make it a whole tea. I would make it into a shot. I was like, I'm not gonna sip on it. I'm just enough to make it liquid and down the hatches. Me and my wife would both take it, and she would just sit there for a good hour sipping on it. By that time, the taste is already out my mouth, and I'm already good to go.
Well,
Like,
I don't know if you're cool calling it. Me and this guy gotta go home.
Yep. No, you guys are good. We got an hour and 40. I really appreciate you guys for being here today. Especially Gep, the Piercer. We really appreciate your time. It was awesome having you on today. You are always welcome back if you want to come back on. With that being said, I'm gonna give Ray. Is there any last parting words you got to say to anybody or to the audience?
Bring me the cover-ups of your ex-boyfriend's names. That's it.
Ray's got the cover-ups. Tyler, any parting words to the people?
Bring Ray those cover up.
Bring them cover-ups. Go bring them.
Mm-hmm.
Get any parting words for us?
Stop at me, get laser first, and then see Ray for the cover up.
Yeah.
There you go. That's how you do it. Get the laser off and then get the cover up. That's sharing the wealth. All right, guys. I really appreciate everybody being on, and we'll see you guys next week.
See you next week, man.
We'll see you guys. Appreciate you.
All right. Have a good one.
I just like to argue. I don't care if the world's flat, round, circular, square.
Tyler fucking bullies me.
I learned how to tattoo. You couldn't go in a tattoo shop. The windows were blacked out.
We talked about that.